Son of Alice, Maine the Medicine.
Make sure you're in the mix with DJ Gas. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Turn my headphones up.
I'm from that hit squad era. Native tongue, Nas, Biggie, Wu-Tang forever. I.M.F, Legion, Sully, and Vendetta. What up? Maine the Medicine, Chief Rocker, the mic checker. Bah. 1 2 1 2. I've been ripping these dudes since Chip Fool was live smooth. Rest in peace to Fife, they bugging out, talking all that jazz, nigga, we nice. Shut them down, snatch the mic. You verse Maine is suicide, I specialize in bar fights. The flow, this that hard white. Have you sitting on the midnight train listening to Gladys Knight? Thinking, why did I fuck with Maine? The punchlines hit harder than Sugar Shane. Chefing up with the method just like rain. Maine and Gatsby came to bring the pain.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Son of Alice.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Blaq,
make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Maine the Medicine, talk that shit. I remain golden. My 90s mentality got me killing the moment, trying to fix what is broken. I gotta stay focused, sharpshooter with the bars, picking off my opponents. Survival of the fittest, prodigy of the omen. I'm infamous, I cause havoc, old man Logan. I'm the last of a dying breed. These corny rappers dying to get rid of me. They can't. I'm dying to release the heat. You know, the quarantine brought the hunger back in the beast. The backpacking rap spit kick is obsolete. Maybe for you, but it's not for me. I said that shit is in the heart for me. Just a big part of my artistry. Pardon me with that snapping and trapping. Everybody's singing in auto-tune rapping.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Son of Alice.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Blaq,
make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Maine the Medicine, talk that shit. Gatsby, you killed this beat. Black Magic with the sugar. Son of Alice. Hip hop, Iron Horse talk.
Can you hear me? I said, can you hear me? Turn more music up on stage and make sure the mic is loud. Let me tell y'all where I come from. 1, 2, 3, I'm from the South Bronx. 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 Many people tell me the sound is terrific. It's kind of different. Let's get specific. KRS One specialize in music. Only use this type of style when I use it. For the people in the place of KRS One up. It got dropped off MCS. This rhymes ain't broke with. So you think that hip-hop had its start out in Queensbridge? Yeah, if they pop that jump up in the Bronx, they might not live. I'm from the South Bronx, South Bronx. More music in the house. Turn the music up in the house. South Bronx. Woo! Continuous play, you know what it is. Hit him. Yeah, move those. Please. Okay, let's get right. I think I'm ready now. Let that beat bump. Okay, let's rock. Woo! Come on. Go. Yo, the race is over. 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 Listen. It's woman on the dance, so that's the fantasy. Down with the sound called BDP. If you want to join the crew, come on, see me. You can't sell like shit on the one. You got shit, money, running like that. Picking up the mic and then the bottom with the saying hip hop started out in Queensbridge. See him as I got, you know the kid out there too. Tell him again because we tell him again. Tell him again because we tell him again. Tell him again because we tell him again. Tell him again. Tell them. My name keeps on making it. Bros keeps creating it. Yeah. Is it loud enough yet? Awesome. Can y'all hear anything? Can y'all hear some shit? Is it loud enough? Good. Let's go. Woo! Come on. Hey, yo, Fabo, you should be right here. Oh, shit. Master Fabo, rock steady. Yes, y'all. You don't stop. KRS One, rock on. Yes, y'all. You don't stop. KRS One, rock on. I'm about to hit you with that traditional style of pro rocking. Give me options and rocking, I'll stop it. Tip top is the trumpet. Soundly forgotten. Bring back the raw hip hop. Just like the records hit tape. You need pumping, pumps and breaking. Boogie popping and lock. Tick tock. Guaranteed to have you pop. We only get better, only better we have got. This type of flow don't even think about stopping. Beware, make up the rhyme can be shocking. All music lovers in the place right now. Never understood the way that KRS got there. Yours should be about skill. Lyrical posting. Relying on talent. If I tell lyrical flow as a bus, you gotta go. With a name you can quickly cut. I'm not saying the number one. Oh, KRS. Stop waste your money on marketing scheme. Pretty passion. Push your drink to the beat. A dope MC is a dope MC. What without a record deal? All can see.
The Blast Master.
One of the greatest. What's going on, man?
Man. What's going on, bro?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm good, man. I saw you had a little technical difficulties hopping on, so I threw a little KRS One on to, entertain the fans while we were waiting, man. Welcome to Access Granted, bro. I appreciate you coming through.
Well, thank you for having me, man. I'm honored.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to MJ. He's here, MJ. He's here. You ain't got to go beat him down now.
I don't want MJ after me.
We don't want that smoke, man. But I always got to give MJ love, man, because she's the plug. She's the big plug for me, man.
That's exactly what I said when I shared it. I'm like, she the plug, the connect, the godmother. You know what I mean?
Right. She might be the person out on the pole, making the connection, for your electricity to come through and all that, man.
Word.
Shout out. But again, welcome to the show, bro. And we're gonna get right into it, man, because I actually have another one of MJ's clients coming up right after this. And the first thing that I noticed when I did a little bit of homework, man, the Borough of Queens, bro. And I feel like when you step into that hip hop game and you got to follow some of the people that have come before you, Queens is probably one of the toughest boroughs, in my opinion, to follow. So with that being said, man, just give us a little bit about, your upbringing and everything, and your influence that you've gotten from so many legends out of that borough, man?
Well, for me, like, I was, born in Queens, and I was raised in Rosedale, but I was born in Rochdale. But like every summer, I would spend all my summers in Queensbridge because my aunt lived in Queensbridge, and my cousins was older, but like I was always up under them. And my cousin Sue, he used to rap with like Shan and Blaq Poet. Like Poet looked up to my cousin Sue as like, one of them MCs he wanted to be like, you know what I mean? So I was always up under him. So that's how, like, I used to see Nas come to the crib, and everything, his brother Jungle and all before before he even popped off, you know what I'm saying? So, so being around that, and then they would have like the jams outside and everything, and I would see my cousin freestyling and all that stuff. So that gave me the push, that gave me the bug. And then just growing up listening to KRS One, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, even like Kid and Play and Kwame was big for me too, because I used to dance back then and I was into my little fashion. So, they had it all, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, shout out to you for giving Kwame and Kid and Play some love, man. Because
also Queens veterans too,
Yeah, I think because of, I don't know if it's because of the the style of music and the fact that they weren't like super lyrical like Nas and some of the other MCs. I don't think they get the credit that they deserve.
No, they don't.
For the mark that they made on hip hop, bro. Like, it's
if you listen to Kwame, his albums, Kwame was sort of doing what Missy was doing before Missy, with the change in his voice and doing all the, and then with the singing, like he was doing a lot of that before a lot of people was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So he set a lot of trends too, and don't get a lot of the credit he deserves as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see that he was able to make a comeback and go heavy in the production world, because the famous saying is that Biggie killed his rap career with the styles played out like Kwame and the polka dots. So it's good to see that he was able to bounce back, man. I actually saw him here some years ago. He wasn't performing, but he was actually playing the keys for his wife, Vivian Green.
Oh, okay.
Keys for Vivian Green, and he came out. It was funny because he came out to introduce her, still rocking the polka dots. You know what I'm saying? All he needed was a box fade or something like that. He would have looked like Kwame from 1986. Man, it was just good to see him with that same energy. Definitely. Oh, we just lost him. Not good. All right, let's hold tight. So we can get my man back up here, man. Salute to everybody that's tuned in. This has been an extremely crazy day. Shout out to my sister Linnea Renee. She's actually on vacation this week. My girl Stacy Rose. And there he is. He's back.
Yeah, my bad. The thing in here is, I'm actually in the studio. I'm in like another room where they keep all the instruments and the stage stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that one is big. That's a full-fledged.
Yeah, this is actually the storage room. This ain't even the actual. This is where they keep all the the extra stuff.
Gotcha. So let's get straight into Son of Alice, man. Talk a little bit about this new project that you're working on right now.
Oh, well, Son of Alice came about because my mom passed like a little over 2 years ago. My mom died like right before COVID. Her funeral was the day before New York got like shut down. So if I had waited another week to bury her, I probably wouldn't have been able to bury her. You know what I mean? Because we live in Pennsylvania. She was living in, Pennsylvania with me. Like she lived about 5 minutes away from me, but everything went together quick, and we was able to do the funeral. Not even thinking like this COVID thing was something crazy. You know what I mean? But
Shut the
You know,
world.
I'm glad the way it worked out because, you know, my aunt died 2 months later and, you know, she had to get cremated. We couldn't even bury her, you know what I mean? So, but I wanted to dedicate the album to her. So that's why I called it, you know, Son of Alice, you know what I mean? And, you know, I just, you know, when I go through stuff and everything, I dive into my music. Like that's my therapy. So that's what I did, you know, because then during the process of recording that album, my dad died last year, June, you know what I mean? So I had, you know, I had all that going on. So all I did was just, you know, put it into the music, you know what I mean? So.
Oh gosh, man, rest in peace. You know, to mom, dad, and auntie, man. That's the one year on anybody. You know what I mean?
It was rough, you know what I mean? Especially for my kids too, you know. So
yeah. So you how long have you been in Pennsylvania, and what part of Pennsylvania are you in?
I'm in Hazleton. I've been in Pennsylvania for like 13 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
So
is crazy. I'm from the Mecca of hip hop, but a lot of my opportunities came once I moved to Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? So.
And I was gonna. It's funny that you said that because my next question was, you know, how has that been able to, you know, influence your music wise as far as, you know, are you making any great connections there, you know, and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, like you know, when I first came out here, I didn't know nobody, and then I linked up with a few people and found like a studio I was working out of at the time, and then, you know, me making some records, you know, that started getting my name buzzing in the area. Like, yo, this kid Maine is nice, but nobody quite knew who I was. And then uh, uh, through my man Los, and through my man Los, I met my boy Sway and my man Hefty, rest in peace. And we started a group called Mercy Gang. You know what I mean? And when we started, it was 3 of us, and then it turned into 5. And then, you know, eventually a couple of people moved, and then it was 4 of us, nice and strong, 3 MCs, and we had our DJ. But then, 2016, I think. No, 7. One of them, my boy Hefty passed. So it's just been me and my man Paulie rocking. So that's my group, Mercy Gang. Like we like hip hop. We have a band, so we do like kind of rock with the hip hop. Like some of the places book us for that. But then solo wise, it's me, and I'm, you know, straight New York hip hop kid. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Gosh, man, you that's a lot. That's a lot for one person to deal with, man. Like that's literally 4 people that you mentioned that you've lost, man. When you start using that music as a therapy, I feel like a lot of times that's when your best music comes out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's that time when you like literally just lock in and pour your all in. You know what I'm saying? So with that point being said, do you feel like these last couple of years has been like your best music? You know, your best times of just getting in that studio, like really letting everything out, just because you have so much emotion and so much that you've dealt recently over the past few years?
I do, because you know, I have 5 kids, and you know, like, you know, with my wife, you know, with the kids and stuff, like I don't get out much. I don't get to hang out that much because you know, with the wife, we always got stuff to do. So when I go to the studio, that's my time. You know what I mean? So, and that's when you know, I just let everything out. Like I've always been that type of MC. Like whatever I'm going through, I'm not that person to say, oh, well, I rap like this, so I can't talk about that. Nah, I put everything on the line. You know what I mean? So over the years, I've talked about failed relationships. I talk about, you know, even on this album, I talk about I have a song called where I'm talking for the love, and I'm talking about me having a love for hip hop, but sometimes that can become a conflict with my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's like it's one of those things, like with my wife, I always told her like this is what I do. Like I'll grow as a person. We have kids together. I'm a good husband, and everything. But as long as I can, I'm always rap. You know what I mean? So I don't. She knows never to get to that point to be like, you still doing that? So even if I'm 60 and I'm trying to make an album, she know to not say nothing like, don't you think it's time for you to put it down? Because as long as I feel like I can still do it, I'm not gonna put it down. So
hip hop is that one genre where they want to put an age cap on us, man, and
all the time,
yep. Man, I never, I hear this all the time, man, and I never understand it because, again, you got people like the Rolling Stones and Phil Collins and Elton John that are 70 and 80 years old, man, out there still rocking stadiums and still making music, man. And I think the conception is as soon as you get like 35, 40 in hip hop, you're supposed to put that pen down, and start doing something. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's that might be when you start being at your best. You know what I'm saying?
You know what too? In all them in all the other genres, all the new artists that come up from them genres, they respect the OGs. And they'll say, I'm doing this because my parents used to listen to Aerosmith and all these different things, and that's what got me into it. See, this new genre with these new artists coming up in hip hop, they don't even know the OGs. They don't, you know what I mean? Like they doing it to make money. They doing it because it's something to do. They don't know the homework, the history behind stuff. They don't know that. They'll sample somebody's stuff and don't even know how big of a influence that person was on the genre. You know what I mean? So
it always bothers me when I hear a young MC reference, an older MC and calling them old and telling them that he needs to get out of the game. Oh, you've been here 20, 25 years. I'm like, bro, hope that you're still around in 20, 25 years and are still relevant. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why when someone like Jay-Z or Eminem drops music, it's like a holiday. You know what I'm saying? And to me, as a young MC, if I was coming into the game right now and if I was in my mid-20s, I would want to say or hope that 25 years from now, 15, 20, 25 years from now, that I still have that effect.
Yeah.
But again, it's a different generation. So
and in our generation, we made music thinking ahead of the time. They make music for now. Right. So when this trend fades away, they fade away with it. You know what I mean? Like look at Nas and Redman are two of my favorite MCs.
Absolutely.
And Nas done had like the best 3 years. You know what I mean? Like he done dropped albums and people are going crazy over Nas again. You know what I mean? And he was already a legend to a lot of us, but to still put out these albums and and then with him and Jay, how they talk about growth, how they talk about owning stuff, how they talk about what to do after the music. You know what I mean? Like they trying to teach you how to use your money, how to stay relevant, how to stay successful. You know what I mean? And
shout out to Nas, man, because he's going on tour with Wu-Tang soon. And if they don't come through the Baltimore, DC, Virginia area, I'm fighting all of them. I'm fighting all of them. I'm gonna lose the fight, but I'm gonna fight all of them if they don't come through. Stacy, I see you in the back. As soon as I see you on camera, I'll bring you up. But yeah, man. And it's funny. I love having this conversation because I hate being that. And I'm the same age as Jay-Z. Me and Jay-Z was born the same day, December 4th, 1969. So I'm 52 years old. I hate being that guy that's always, well, back in the day, this is the way, you know, and sound like that old guy at the cookout, because I do understand how hip hop has evolved. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's very important to not forget, you know what I'm saying, who laid the foundation, and like you said, in those other genres, those younger artists, they come in, they show love, they show respect. You know what I'm saying? Well, you might have a few of them here and there in hip hop that do it, but for the most part, it's just like, yo, screw them old dudes, man. All right, they had their time, let them go. And that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get.
I know it's music. It's like it's not a job that you retire. It's something you love to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you know that there's artists now that was big that if you go look them up now, they got about 4 albums out that you'd have no idea that they were still putting out albums. You know, so and then even in a couple of days I'll be 45.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And when I grew up, I was listening to the Kane, like my cousin Kane, and you know, even like Run DMC, like they made me want to go get Adidas. The first producer I ever worked with was Larry Smith. And Larry Smith was legendary Run DMC, Houdini, Fat Boys, DJ, Curtis Blow. That was the first producer we ever worked with, because the part of Queens I lived at the time, I lived on off a hillside, and Run used to live over there. You know what I mean? So this is like pretty much about 5, 6, 7 blocks away from Hitton Hollis. So this is by Hillside. So I lived in Cunningham Heights. So me and my man True, you know, we was like a little group, and we used to see Run all the time. And Run had a Benz or something, and his Benz was in the shop. And we used to always go by, what up, Run? What up, Run? And one day he asked my boy to drop him to get his car. And in return, he heard some of our stuff we did in the crib. You know, it was, you know, we did it with like the 2 turntables, mic, you know. And he was like, yo, my producer Larry lived right across the bridge. And he hooked us up with Larry, and we did like about a 4-song demo with Larry Smith. You know what I mean? And we understood how big that was, but being so young, like we didn't realize, like, you know, like we knew what the moment was, but like now talking about it now, it's like that's something crazy to say that your first producing studio you ever went into was a legendary producer like Larry Smith. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I hate on y'all people from New York sometimes, man, when I hear stories like that, because it's always, you know what I'm saying? I know me. If I pull up on Run, it's gonna be a straight fan move. But you know, to New Yorkers, it's just normal to you know, like you said, you know, Nas was, you know, in the borough and everything like that. I wish I had those moments that some people that I've talked to from New York have had, man.
Yeah. And shout out to my man UG from Cellar Dwellers. Like, I met UG like 9 years ago. We went on tour with him. It was us, J.O. the Last Man with Ghetto MC and Adlib. And ever since I met UG, he's been like a big brother to me through these past 8 years. Like, he's somebody, like, mind you, he's Loud Records, you know, he had albums out and go on tour, but I can call him now, he'll pick up the phone, what up, little bro? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's that type of mentorship that I think helped me even through these years of losing so many people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And as you can see, man, we've been joined by this stalker that just popped in. I think she actually hacked in on the line, and I can't get her off, so I might as well. I might as well let her stick around. My sister Stacy Rose, what's going on, baby girl?
Hello, everybody. I wasn't stalking. I was actually listening to Maine the Medicine.
How
and
you
I was
doing?
enjoying. I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good.
That is awesome. I was actually before I hacked in, I was listening to you talk about how the younger cats always give OGs respect when it comes to sampling music, and that's something that's very, very commendable nowadays because, like you said, a lot of younger artists they did not know who they were sampling.
Yeah, and it's like you have to realize if the ones you calling older cats are the ones that carried this for you to be able to do it.
Right.
Especially as easy. Look how easy it is for them to do it now. Just throw stuff, make stuff at your crib, throw it on the internet, and you can get big. Like back in the days, like I try to tell them here, like before Pro Tools, you went to a studio, it would take like 6 hours just to get one record recorded. There was no going to the studio and knocking out like 5-6 joints in a day.
Exactly.
No, you was in there, and the engineer was going to take his time because the longer he go, the more money you got to give him. You know what I'm saying? So back then, you didn't go there and record two. You lucky if you recorded 2 joints. You know what I mean? Now with Pro Tools and stuff, I can come to the studio for 6 hours and record about 4 records. You know what I mean? But back then it wasn't that easy. You know what I mean? So
right.
I had a chance to meet Grand Poobah yesterday, man.
Did you fan out?
Huh?
Did you fan out?
Nah, I didn't fan out. But Brand Nubians, they were in town yesterday. They performed at this event at Winter Park called Happy Nappy Day. And I missed the performance because I figured it was Brand Nubian. If the event was from 1 to 7, they were gonna go on like about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I pulled up about 5 o'clock, and Brand Nubian was on the side of tents eating vegan food and chicken and fries and all of that kind of stuff. So I didn't get a chance to see the performance, but I did chop it up with Pooba for a minute, and hopefully got an interview coming up with them too. But those are the kind of people that I think about in this conversation that we're having. That I don't know the specific ages, but I know these guys are around my age, and the understanding that I had from some of the people that I talked about that are like 25, 20, early 20s, mid 20s. Yo, I ain't know they rock like that.
I know.
I didn't know, you know what I mean?
And you know what? Now if you rock something, if you a Polo fan or whatever, you'll get a deal. Grand Poobah had everybody rocking Tommy Hilfiger and all of that. He ain't get no deal from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like back then, we used to set trends with clothes. Like most kids didn't know how to pronounce Jabot. You know what I mean? But Grand Poobah was wearing that with the Hilfiger. So that made you want to rock the Hilfiger and the Jabots. But it's like we didn't get clothing deals back then, like how the kids get clothing deals now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They don't realize Grand Poobah broke down barriers for you to be able to get advertisement deal or something like that. So
kind of like Hammer, always getting criticized by the MCs because he was a quote unquote commercial rapper, and now everybody and their mom has a commercial.
Yep.
Everybody in their mom has a
commercial. Like they're definitely pretty much branded through their label.
Yeah. So and that's a great word because it almost kind of feels like Hammer was like one of the kings of branding. Like literally when you think about what he did, like he kind of took that to the next level and doesn't get that credit, that he deserves. Just like I don't know if you were listening earlier, Stacey, when he said that Kid and Play and Play don't get the credit that they deserve for the trends that they set in the industry because they were looked at as a certain way.
First 2 hip hop artists to have their own toy. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Yo,
Kid and Play had a cartoon, bro.
And and Hammer, both of them.
Kid and Play had and Hammer had cartoons, bro. If I got cartoons, you can say what you want to say because I know what my bank statement looking like at that point.
Exactly.
So exactly. What you want to say. And and I'm not selling out. You know what I'm saying? I'm being me. It's just that what I am is more marketable than what you are at that point, honestly. Or my marketing team, you know, my management and everybody that's behind me is a little better. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the fact that at least in Hammer's case, they was selling millions of records.
And not only that, he took one thing Hammer don't get credit for, which was a blessing and a curse for him. He took all his friends off the streets and gave them jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about that too. You know what I mean? Even that, and that's also what kind of led to him losing money. But, you know.
I saw Hammer twice back in the day. For any time during his show, for there to be less than 20 people on the stage at any given time was like, you know what I mean? Like when I saw him in Pittsburgh, it was literally just enough room on that stage. And this is in the arena. It was just enough room on that stage for Hammer's people. Like a cameraman couldn't be up there because they might have got ran over by the dancers. You know, this dude had a full choir when you gotta pray just to make it today. He had a member choir. He had Hammer puts on and like big gigantic sledgehammers moving up and down on the stage, all kinds of stuff, and total energy from the time he touched the stage to the time he left the stage. Total. Wow. And quiet as kept behind the scenes. Hammer was a street dude that a lot of people didn't realize. So when they talk trash about Hammer and had to cross his path, Red Man, back in the day, you know what I mean? Hammer took care of business as well.
Yeah, same thing with third base, you know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Say they had issues with Hammer, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't some of his songs was like when he first came out, like Turn This Mother Out, a couple of those joints, you know, I was into. You know, after a while when he got bigger and bigger, it was like I was like, oh man, this is too much. But when you get older and you realize the barriers and stuff he broke down, like the sacrifice he made. So now later on, you trying to get these deals now. You know what I mean?
And that's been my point of all of the stuff that I've been saying about him. But Hammer lost me with the Pumps and the Bumps video. As soon as he did that, it was all right, Hammer, go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, that was when he was with Death Row, you know.
He had to do something. Listen, he had
to do something. He had to be in that video with them Speedos on, though. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that, man. All right, but because we could talk about that stuff all day, man. But I want to get back into the Son of Alice album, this project, man. And I know because of, you know, losing your mom, losing your dad, losing your aunt, losing your group mate and everybody, I feel like this is probably like a very personal album. And I want you to just talk about a little bit of the process of, you know, of how it's done, some of the people that you worked with in putting this project together.
I took my time with it. Like, I didn't want to rush it because the album I put out before that was called Butch, which was actually dedicated to my dad. He wasn't dead. He was alive at the time, but he had went through so much, like getting his legs amputated. He went through a lot. So I had named it Butch, but it also stands for Built Under the Coach's Hand. You know what I mean? So
fire.
Nice. Yes.
Fire.
So then off of that, I was like, you know, and then my mom passed. I'm like, well, I got to dedicate this next one, you know, to her. And like with both albums, I'm big on pictures. Like, so when you open them, you see, you know, pictures of me with my kids, my father, you know what I mean? Same thing with the Son of Alice, but I didn't want it to be an album where I'm just like crying over my mother, you know what I mean? Like, I made a song called Mama on the album where, you know, I address, you know, stuff, you know, with my mom, and, you know, I have a couple of skits, but by the album Son of Alice, it's like I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't, you know, for her. So, you know, and with the you know, I even got a skit with my kids on there because they, you know, it affect them a lot. You know what I mean? So, and with you know, with our family, Christmas was like real big. So, one of the skits on there was like a Christmas skit, you know, and it had you know, it had them saying, you know, Merry Christmas, Mana. That's what they called her, whatever. And you know, they wanted to say Merry Christmas, and I was like, at first, I was like, I didn't know because I didn't want it that I didn't want it to sound dated, like, oh well, he did this around Christmas, you know. But then I said, you know what, whatever, go ahead, because that's what they was feeling naturally. So go ahead, you know. So it's pretty much the song I did. In a couple of songs, I might have said a few lines about her, but I had like the skits, the Son of Alice skits that was like, you know, dedicated, you know, to her as well. Like one skit, you know, I told the story how I was with my old group, Third Rail. You know, shout out to Prince and shout out to my man True, and we was doing like a little mini tour, and we was starting off in Philly, and you know we needed money, and we had to finish up some studio stuff, and my mom gave me like, and I had a job, but she gave me like about maybe like $600-700 to go towards stuff, and later on I found out she had pawned some of her jewelry.
Oh.
And my mom always wore like, she didn't even wear it like that. My mom always bought like expensive, you know, she always expensive jewelry. You know what I mean? And I didn't find out till months later when she was getting it back that she had pawned it. And it was like, wow, like, you know, she believed in me enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, so but yeah, but just, you know, I wanted the album, you know, Son of Alice, but I didn't want it to just be me talking about my mother the whole time or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to deliver those bars, and even if I was coming at you with like the verbal assault, it was gonna be in the name of the Son of Alice. But you know, you know, every song I worked on, you know, for a while, like I didn't rush the process. I just let it go. And when it was ready, I knew it was ready. I listened to all the songs every day, at least 3 times a day, to see if 4 months from now I was gonna still feel the same way about the song. And I did, because you know, later on you'd be like, oh, maybe I should change this, or I should write another verse for this. You know, I still felt the same way. And then I started putting, you know, my features on there, which you know, it's, you know, a lot of them are people that's, you know, real close to me and stuff like that. Like, you know, and like the one record, Poor Liquor, is with one of my blood cousins that I've never met in person. But we became close over Facebook, you know what I mean? Because his grandfather and my father was like running mates back in the days. Like they was first cousins. They used to get in trouble together and everything. So like when me and him finally met, you know, he was from the West Coast, and you know, we both have the love for family and music and stuff. And you know, we've done records before, but on that record, I had him jump on. It was called Poor Liquor, and my verse, you know, was like dealing with, you know, my pops dying and you know, him taking his last breath and all that. And then with his verse, he's kind of like the way he comes in, like sympathizing with me, but then he goes on and talks about him getting shot and almost dying and stuff like. So the song is it came out real dope. You know what I mean? So
shout out Cali Hustle. Shout out Cali Hustle.
Yep. And then the song Mama, my boy Ty Soul is on there. You know, he does R&B. His pin game is crazy. He's on like my last 3 albums. And then I have a guy on there named Ed Kuzo, who's from a rock band out here that's pretty big, called University Drive. And he lost his mom like about 1.5 years before I did. So when I did the song and I knew I wanted somebody to sing the hook, he came to mind automatically because I knew he was going to match that that energy and pain that I was going through. You know what I mean? So
I mean, we got a young lady that's on the screen right now who got a nice pen game too. She know I'm always shout out when we start talking about singing and all that kind of stuff. So never know what kind of collab you can make out of that. But look, before I played the KRS One joint at the beginning, I played your video, the Golden joint.
Yeah.
Black Magic. The beat is fire. The scratching is fire. So I want to bring that video back for the people that weren't on early so that they can check this joint out, man. So as I go ahead and prep this, go ahead and introduce this video, man.
This is my first single off of Son of Alice called Golden, produced by DJ Gatsby, who's in the video, and scratches done by my man Black Magic. You know what I mean? So, and shout out to V Spot.
Spot. Is that the place where y'all was that the venue where y'all did the video?
Yeah, because we do a lot of like one of the rare hip hop groups that do shows there. So and the guy, you know, he's real cool. So he let me come in early and do the video and everything. You know what I mean? So
nice. All right, we're gonna get into this joint, man. This is Golden, Maine the Medicine featuring DJ Black Magic. I love this video. This joint is fire. This song, this beat is crazy.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Son of Alice, Maine the Medicine.
Make sure. You're in the mix with DJ Gatsby. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Turn my headphones up. I'm from that hit squad era. Native tongue, Nas, Biggie, Wu-Tang forever. I.M.F, Legion, Sully, and Vendetta. What up? Maine the Medicine, Chief Rocker, the mic checker. Bam. 1 2 1 2. I've been ripping these dudes since Chip Fool was live smooth. Rest in peace to Fife. They bugging out, talking all that jazz, nigga. We nice. Shut them down, snatch the mic. You roast Maine is suicide. I specialize in bar fights. The flow, this that hard white. Have you sitting on the midnight train listening to Gladys Knight? Thinking, why did I fuck with Maine? The punchlines hit harder than Sugar Shane. Chefing up with the method just like Ray. Maine and Gatsby came to bring the pain.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Son of Alice.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight and it's tight.
Maine the Medicine, talk that shit. I remain golden. My 90s mentality got me killing the moment, trying to fix what is broken. I gotta stay focused, sharpshooter with the bars, picking off my opponents. Survival of the fittest, prodigy of the omen. I'm infamous, I cause havoc, old man Logan. I'm the last of a dying breed. These corny rappers dying to get rid of me. They can't. I'm dying to release the heat. You know I will. The quarantine brought the hunger back in the beast. The backpacking rap spit kick is obsolete. Maybe for you, but it's not for me. I said that shit is in the heart for me. This a big part of my artistry. Pardon me with that snapping and trapping. Everybody's singing and auto-tune rapping.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Son of Alice.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Maine the Medicine, talk that shit. Gatsby, you killed this beat. Black Magic with the sugar. Son of Alice. Hip hop, Iron Horse talk.
That Oh, that was dope. You gotta run it back. I'm sorry. You gotta run that back. You have to run that back.
Hold up, though. Hold up. This the crazy part. Diehard Fushnickens fan back in the day. So that line where he said, "I've been killing these dudes since Chip Food was last smooth." Game over. We ain't even gotta talk. We ain't even gotta listen to the rest of the song at that point.
That was lit.
We ain't even gotta listen to it.
That was mad lit.
You like that?
Yes. That definitely gets bump in the ride. I'm sorry. Like that is yes.
Oh Lord. Okay. First lady said run it back. I gotta run it back. I gotta hold on.
I gotta run that back. I'm sorry.
I gotta run it back. Yeah, I told you this joint was fire. Let's go.
Son of Alice, Maine the Medicine. Put it work.
Make sure you're in the mix with DJ Gas. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Turn my headphones up.
I'm from that hit squad era. Native tongue, Nas, Biggie, Wu-Tang forever. I.M.F, Legion, Sully, and Vendetta. What up? Maine the Medicine, Chief Rocker, the mic checker. Bam. 1 2 1 2. I've been ripping these dudes since Chip Food was live smooth. Rest in peace to Fife. They bugging out, talking all that jazz, nigga. We nice. Shut them down, snatch the mic. You verse Maine is suicide. I specialize in bar fights. The flow, this that hard white. Have you sitting on the midnight train listening to Gladys Knight? Thinking, why did I fuck with Maine? The punchlines hit harder than Sugar Shane. Chefing up with the method just like Ray. Maine and Gatsby came to bring the pain.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Son of Alice.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Blaq,
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Maine the Medicine, talk that shit. I remain golden. My 90s mentality got me killing the moment, trying to fix what is broken. I gotta stay focused, sharpshooter with the bars, picking off my opponents. Survival of the fittest, prodigy of the omen. I'm infamous, I cause havoc, old man Logan. I'm the last of a dying breed. These corny rappers dying to get rid of me. They can't. I'm dying to release the heat. You know, the quarantine brought the hunger back in the beast. The backpacking rap spit kick is obsolete. Maybe for you, but it's not for me. I said that shit is in the heart for me. This a big part of my artistry. Pardon me with that snapping and trapping. Everybody's singing and auto-tune rapping.
Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight.
Maine the Medicine, talk that shit. Gatsby, you killed this beat. Black Magic with the sugar. Son of Alice. Hip hop, Iron Horse talk.
Yo, make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. You hear me?
Oh, yeah. I've been killing these dudes since Chip Food was live.
Yo.
Yeah. And that's the first video encore in the history of the show. So you just do history tonight as well, bro.
Definitely. What?
Yeah.
Good looking, man. I appreciate it.
I told you it was fire. That's with those two right there. That's like the 6th time I've listened to that song today.
You know,
When
that's
the beat is right,
definitely going. That's
when the
definitely
beat is right, when the bars is right, and you got a DJ scratching, I'm good. I'm
it's
good.
that part. Like, oh,
That's the
Yeah,
stuff that I can listen to all day.
all day.
I appreciate it, man.
So before we get out of here, man, first and foremost, appreciate you, bro, for just coming in and really being transparent, man, and allowing not only myself but all of our viewers to get to know a little bit about you.
Definitely.
I want to know like what's next for the project. Like, are you going to continue pushing this? You got singles that you're going to put out. What's next for the project?
Well, I just dropped like 2 weeks ago. I just dropped the second single called "Banger" featuring UG. You know what I mean? So that's out now. And right now I'm working on shooting a video for the track "Mama."
Okay.
And then after that, I'm gonna start working on. Well, I already started working on my I got a couple of new projects coming. So I also have we have the Mercy Gang album out now called Mercy Rocks. That's like with the band. All the tracks done by the band. You know what I mean? So it's dope.
What would be your ultimate collaboration?
You said my ultimate collaboration?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to do a record with Nas and Redman. You know what I mean? I had to throw a third one in there. I would love to do a track with Black Thought with the Roots playing in the back. You know what I mean? And that's what influenced me to want to do stuff with the band because the Roots has always been so dope to me with the band. Like it's nothing like rocking with a band.
Nothing.
Yeah. And it's crazy because every MC from here in Baltimore that has rocked with a band said the first time that they did it that it was the ultimate, and a lot of them said I don't even want to do a live show without a band anymore.
That's how I feel. Sometimes, like if it's a straight hip hop show, fine. Like if it's a DJ there, that's my element. But there's some shows that we do where it's a mixed bag. Like we have a show coming up on the 30th where we rocking with like metal bands, but like they booked us because of the energy. Like people told us with the band, it's like the band meets like MOP or something like that. Like just the energy that we bring. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Shout out to my girl T Quest and DJ El Nino, man. They had another podcast, and I just saw this notification from them. They were on their show interviewing Men at Large, which is one of my favorite people back in the day. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. They do a big over there. They do a big over there. But y'all don't have Maine the Medicine. and real quick, I kind of have an idea of the name, but why Maine the Medicine?
Oh well, my name is Jermaine, so people always call me Maine. And I had a mixtape years ago, like I'm talking about like 24, 23 years ago, and I called it the medicine. You know what I mean? Because like I felt like at that time, being cocky, I felt like what I was doing was the remedy for a lot. You know what I mean? So then, my man Laquan, he was like, "Yo, he just started calling me medicine." You know what I mean? And I just put it together, Maine the Medicine. And he was like, "Yo, I was gonna tell you to do that." You know what I mean? So it always stuck with me.
When MJ first sent the information out, I was like, this brother picked this name because he thinks he's the cure for all this BS, all of this. I got the remedy for you, but it's pretty much what I got.
And you know what's a pet peeve of mine too? Like, it's Maine the THE. I hate when people put me on the show or on the flyer and it says DA. Because to me, I feel like DA is so dated. You know what I mean? Like everybody back in the day was a DA, LIL. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Hold up. So I got the flyer right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, just people that, you know, I've been on tracks that's like on Spotify and stuff, and people spell it DA. I mean, you know, I never, you know, because that just looks generic to me. I like the regular Maine the Medicine, you know what I mean? So, you know.
And you're a grown ass man at the end of the day. So,
Yep.
you know, the does went out when we were like 14, 15. You know,
Yep.
as men, we spell it out. Shout out to my sister Alenia Renee. She's checking in from an undisclosed location on another side of the water. Definitely again.
Keep
But
leaving
thank
him.
you for, even on vacation, sis checked in. So I gotta love that, man. I gotta love it. Maine, I appreciate it, bro. It's been fun, man. I want you, before we get out of here, to let everybody know how they can find your music, how they can follow you on social media, etc., etc.
You can follow me on Facebook, Jermaine Croon, Mercy Gang /Facebook, Instagram, Maine the Medicine. Same thing with Instagram at Maine the Medicine. All my music is on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, whatever. Like, you know, years ago, I made a decision to stop putting out. Like, I know, no knock to nobody. It's just personally me. Like, uh, I want my library to grow, my catalog to grow, and if something ever happened to me, I want people to be able to find my stuff, you know, on these platforms because, you know, if when I was younger doing mixtapes and stuff like that, that's the only outlets we thought we had. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy back then to put something out on your own and have like an outlet like CD Baby and you know, Distro Kid and all that. So now that that's out, you know, you put them, and then, you know, if people want to hear the stuff for free, they can go on YouTube because that's, you know, it put it on there, you know, rather than um, you know, putting it out on other stuff. You know what I mean? So all my music, I'm not gonna say all. There's still older stuff that I have, but if anybody ever wanted any of my old stuff or whatever, just hit me up. I still have some CDs in the vault somewhere. You know what I mean? Or whatever, you know. And just if you want, I still believe in getting physical copies. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go out and get as many as I used to, but I feel like when you do a show and somebody's digging you and they done had some drinks and they like, yo, what you got? They ready to buy your stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell them, oh, you can catch me on spot because by the time they get in the car, they're not even going to remember my name. You know what I mean? But if they got the CD in their hand, they throw that in the car. Then the next day they sober up and turn that up like, oh shit, I remember this yesterday. You know what I mean? So
That part.
So that. And it's great to have free stuff, but the man does have bills to pay. So, you know, go out there and support the music, man. From what I've listened to, it's my style of hip hop. It's what I love. It's what I love. So I will definitely be checking it out more, man. And you know, next project when you spin the block and do it again, you know, come holler at us again, man.
yeah, I want to give you a shout out for giving a platform for artists such as myself to be able to get on here and be who we want to be and you know, discuss the music and how we fell in love with the music and even the artists that we grew up listening to. You might not want to listen to me, but you might say, "Oh, let me go listen to Big Daddy Kane or Nas or Redman or something." You know what I mean? So you can get that feeling of what we felt, you know, when we listened to them. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. And with that knowledge you were dropping earlier, we probably could have talked about that for just another 2 hours alone, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate you, man. Make sure y'all go follow this dude, man. All social media. Go to those streaming platforms and download that music, man, and listen to some really good hip hop. Like I said, that was like the 6th time that I listened to that song today. I've listened to about 2 other songs on Spotify, and I'm loving what I hear, man. So I'm definitely going to be rocking
Definitely followed you on Spotify. So I'm definitely gonna be bumping that a lot. If I run into you, I like my CDs signed because I'm just that person. I love nostalgia.
Like
So please
sign
sign my
CDs,
CD.
bro, so.
I tell it to everybody, like honestly, all artists that are sign my CD because it's
Yeah,
for me. So thank you.
absolutely. Yep.
And if you're ever on the road, man, and you come anywhere near Baltimore, please let us know. Please let us know.
Definitely.
I definitely will, man. I definitely will. Oh, I'm so I want to shout out all the people that made Son of Alice what it is. All the producers, from Legion, Native Seal, DJ Gatsby, you know, just everybody that JL Studios, Tasso, everybody that made it, what it was, because without the features and without the production and everything coming together, it wouldn't have been what it is. It's not all just me, you know what I mean? So
Always important to shout out the team, man. You can't do it without a team. Unless you play tennis, you can't do it without a team, bro. So, But yeah, shout out to everybody that helped put that dope project together, man. And again, Maine, I appreciate you, bro. And I'm sure we'll be in touch again. I'm sure this won't be the last time that we.
Hey, yo, if you guys text me your address, man, I'm glad to send y'all 2 CDs up there signed. That's on me.
Done deal.
Word.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Inbox you on Instagram.
Yeah,
I got you. As soon as I got another segment that I have to record after this. As soon as I'm done, I got you.
okay, absolutely.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Give it up for my man, Maine the Medicine, yo.
The medicine.
It is. That's what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Dope. Real dope artist.
Very dope.
Real dope artist. I'm telling you, when you go listen to the other stuff, I'm telling you.
I'm ready. Like, I'm so ready. Thank you for running that back, by the way. I'm like, I know this is
I didn't say it. Hey,
access granted rules, but I need to hear that again.
Hey, I didn't say it on the show. That's not my favorite song on the project so far.
Really?
That's not my favorite song. I'm not gonna put it out there. I'm gonna let you listen. Let it marinate on you for a bit, because you and I have similar tastes when it comes to hip hop. You and I have really similar tastes. So I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute. And after you have a chance to listen to it, maybe a week or so from now, you come back and tell me what your favorite joint is.
I definitely will.
Yeah. But appreciate you for sitting in, as always, sis.
As always,
Especially on a Monday.
tardiness, but when technical difficulties arise, I won't be knowing what to do.
It is what it is. Better late than never.
Right. So yeah, but I'm still settling in, so I'm trying.
Oh, that's right. You done. Yeah. So
I'm about to say,
even more appreciation.
Yet, but it's getting there.
So even more appreciation for you, sitting in, because I know you're not even, you ain't got the whole,
Nah, I ain't done yet.
You got one of them walls look like you live from Rikers Island behind you.
Rikers Island, first of all, but I like it though, because it's,
Yeah, you can do a lot with that back there.
Definitely.
You can even go ahead and green screen it, and
stop telling, I got this. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate everybody that tuned in today, man. Make sure y'all continue to follow us on all social media platforms. I'm gonna hop off of here real quick because I have 3 amazing young ladies that I met on the Sip and Sing that are going to be this week's feature artists on acapellas and acoustics.
Wait. So are they all singing together, or is it 3 in the individual segments, or
they're all singing together?
What the?
You want to get in on the segment? Do you want to co-host a segment with me right now?
Let's go.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I will send you the link as soon as we are off of here. Appreciate everybody, man. Baltimore, put the damn guns down. I'm going to keep saying it every week until you put the damn guns down. Because I might be saying it until I just don't want to say it anymore. But we know what's going on. Shout out to the Grand Poobah. I want to thank you for those few minutes that you gave me yesterday. That meant the world to me. Brand Nubians killed it, from what I understand. I'm real mad that I missed the performance, but prayerfully, it will be on access granted in the very near future. Stay tuned. We out of here. We love you guys. Peace.
Love y'all.
I'm send you the link now, Stacey.
I bet.